Welcome back to another episode of the Triple C podcast with Rectangular, Punker Mike, Michael Wisman, and somewhere in the background is the DMC wrangling children. And we are honored to have our guest Pharaoh Black on the show this week. So if you're wondering what Triple C stands for, in honor of our guest, it is Cunning Caped Crusader. If you are not familiar with Pharaoh Black, his favorite character is Batman. At least, I don't think that's changed.
Never changed.
So, starting with that topic, what first drew you into becoming a fan for Batman? Was that your first character that you really fell in love with, or was there somebody else that you liked first and then you found out about Batman and then liked him more?
No, I think he did. I don't know. Growing up when I was younger, it was pretty much I was introduced to Marvel. But if I'm remembering correctly, it was pretty much like the Super Friends. They were the prominent cartoon at the time and toy line. And Batman showed up on Scooby-Doo, and he had his own, TV show, and it just after a while, man, it just really was like Batman was just my focus. Like I was just, how you go to a toy store, of the superheroes and shit, and you just say, well, Batman would be the first one I would grab. If I had to grab anyone, it would be Batman first. And I don't know, it just never changed.
You think it was the costume?
I don't know, but I mean, from what I remember about him as getting a little older, I just like the fact that he used to beat the shit out of people. like seriously, it was like, I'm not going to play around with you. I'm not going to. I mean, even though he doesn't kill now, but it's, hey man, I'm not going to play with you. I'm just going to beat your ass. You don't want to tell me what I want to know. I'm going to beat it out you. So.
Yeah, he was just a regular dude that was smart and had amazing skills. He wasn't super powered.
But he was never worried, in my opinion. I mean, even when he was worried, you didn't know it. He would literally have to voice it like, okay, I'm worried about this. Other than that, it was like, I'm not laughing, I'm not smiling, it's nothing. I'm Batman, so I like that.
Stoic, gotcha.
Right.
All right, that's cool. So probably the Super Friends cartoon was your first exposure to Batman.
It was either that or it was the show, one or the other. Because
the 60s reruns.
Yeah, they were playing those when I was a kid. Because, I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, it was still Spider-Man cartoon when he was riding around in that damn spider buggy and, once in a while. But it just was, like I said, Batman was just pretty much that dude,
Have you been consistently happy with the way that Batman has been portrayed in the movies and in the comics?
No, but I mean, with the way they do things now is pretty much just hype. This, and then Batman as a character that gets so popular, it's like shit. Everybody gets a crack at him. It's almost like you can't really ruin him.
Mm-hmm.
You can just do a bad story, and then they just say, okay, well that didn't count. We're bringing a new, or whatever. Now I don't know. I know a lot of people like Hush. I wasn't particularly fond of Hush. I think that I don't like when they dumb Batman down to make room for other characters. That bothers me. I really think in that story, there's a scene where he's chasing Catwoman, and he goes up high with one rope. That always bothered me. And then she cuts the rope, so he just falls down through an alley and busts his shit all up. It's like he wouldn't have. Come on, man, he wouldn't have.
Well, yeah, she didn't even. Like, Catwoman didn't even cut the rope. Like, he didn't see where it came from. Like, you just saw a shot.
Oh, you're right. Catwoman didn't cut it. Right. You're right about that.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh no," and just done.
That was stupid. Just,
yeah. One thing about Batman is he always has a contingency plan.
I mean, you know, I see a lot of people talk about him, and it's the whole thing about prep time and whatever. I mean, I just think that Batman's a character that's a little larger than normal characters. I mean, you don't really. I mean, you get a lot of people who take to a lot of different characters, but I don't think people gravitate or have gravitated towards characters like they've done Batman. I mean, think about it. He's been relevant for the last, like 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean, didn't he just turn 75?
But I mean, I'm not saying for his age. I'm just saying like if we go back to when Batman the animated series came out, that was like the most prominent cartoon at that time, and he's never fell off since then.
Yeah.
Almost like Spider-Man, you know. I mean, you've been seeing Spider-Man in the store for like the last 15, 20 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. Michael's read some Batman books. I've never read any. The only DC book I ever read was Vigilante, and and that's like a totally random character. Just you know, I was what's it called? The Dark Knight. Was it Dark Knight Returns? You know, that book came out when I was a teenager, and everybody, and then the Michael Keaton movie came out, and everybody was just so in love with Batman, and Wolverine finally first got his first title, and I was just looking for something that wasn't, you know, A-list, that, you know, looked interesting, and I saw the Vigilante book, and I just liked his costume. That was the only, you know, and I knew what Vigilante meant, and I was like, okay, this guy is like a Charles Bronson type of character. That sounds pretty cool. And so then I started reading that book, and it was kind of whack, and then it continued to get worse and worse. And then I got like 25 issues in, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. But yeah, I've always liked Batman as far as DC characters go. I liked Wonder Woman, but yeah, for the most part, never been a big DC fan, and it has a lot to do with Superman. I liked the Chris Reeves Superman movie when it came out, because when you were a kid, you're just like, oh, this is cool. But as a character, I can't stand him. He's just way too powerful. And
I don't know. I think that has a lot to do with when the characters were created. Actually, you know, bubblegum rapper type characters. You know, just something for the kids to be like, oh. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Superman. He's very relevant for me. I can't see comic history. You know, you gotta have Superman. I know a lot of people don't like Superman. I know a lot of people, but he's Superman. I mean, he probably was one of the first characters that a lot of people were introduced to as a comic book character, or seen on TV at least. You know, it's Superman.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. So many, you know, if you mention the Human Torch and Namor, most people don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
Who are, I think, probably just as old, if not older, than Superman and Batman. But you know,
yeah, that's how my mom is. You know, if you say comic book characters, she knows Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, and that's where it stops at. There's no more, unless she says Batman and Robin. You know what I mean? But,
yeah. It's funny. I hear you on the podcast talking, you know, about, you know, whatever TV shows or movies and stuff, and your girlfriend picks up on stuff, and I'm always impressed that my girlfriend, she'll remember stuff and say like, oh, isn't that such and such character? And I'm like, wow, how the fuck do you, like, I didn't think you cared about any of this stuff.
You know, she, in one sense, it's like great. She picks up on shit, but her vision of she likes the what kind of characters would you call them? Like she loves a.c.b.a. She likes Vision. She likes Jahan. I forget his name. Whatever his name is from Hellboy as well. That preppy, really, the Martian Manhunter. Anybody who talks very smooth and I mean that's her character. She loves them.
The gentleman.
Right. She loves those characters, and I'm like, I mean, all right. Well,
Hey, at least she likes something. I always have to drag my girl to movies, and but she liked Civil War, which is surprising because she doesn't like action movies.
really?
Yeah, yeah, it's always a struggle. It's like, please just I'll go see one of your chick flicks. Just go with me to go see this.
My girl, she loves all type of movies, and she really liked Civil War. Like she liked it a lot. I never went to a movie with her, and she says I like this movie a lot. So I mean that was good or whatever. I took her to see Batman versus Superman. She was like, when she said to me, she's like, I can see why people said this movie was weak.
I still have yet to see it.
Yeah. She's not a big Ben Affleck fan either, though. She doesn't like Ben Affleck, but I don't really either. But I thought he did pretty good as Batman. So
Yeah, I think I heard you say that was your favorite incarnation of or movie incarnation of Batman.
yeah, most definitely. I mean, because I think when people say Michael Keaton, that's a nostalgia thing. I mean, I just watched the first Batman, '89 Batman, maybe about 4 days ago, and I'm watching it. And I still like it, but it's like, come on, not from what Batman is. Michael Keaton, nah. I mean, he was okay for the time, man, but he was not the best Batman.
I think that movie still tried to represent a lot of the spirit of the '60s TV show. It was still kind of like over the top, you know. Um, it still has that Tim Burton flair.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun movie. I mean, but like I said, you talked about what is it? Shit, how many years ago was that?
'89.
They talk about 20. What's that? Like almost 27 years or something like that.
Yeah, it's 27.
Jeez.
Right. See? Man.
Wow. So Punker Mike was just being born.
No, I was already born.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, I was a year old.
It's like,
That was my introduction to Batman right there. That shit was tight.
Man.
Jack Nicholson is the Joker. I was like, hell yeah.
So you got to feel like how I was feeling when Ty was just talking about Superman. Because I think the first Superman movie I actually seen maybe was 3.
Oh wow.
And I was really young. Yeah, I had to go back and watch those movies.
Yeah, I saw the original Chris Reeves Superman in the theater. I think that was '78. I think.
Woo! I wasn't even around in '78.
Yeah, I was 5. So that and Star Wars were the biggest. Those were the blockbusters of the day.
I don't think I've ever made it through one of those full Superman movies. When they used to play them on TV, I used to fall asleep.
They had their draws. I mean, watching them or whatever, they were okay for the time, man. I mean, I sit back and I was watching that '70s show, and what's that guy named Eric Foreman was making a big deal out of Star Wars, and I'm like, this is what you want? this is the big thing. And I thought about that again watching. I was on John Papa Sergio's Plex, and I was watching Civil War on his Plex or whatever, and I'm like, damn, I wonder how my uncle like really feels about seeing these characters finally, because he's like 56 years old, and he's finally got to see all the, especially Iron Man, actually be on the screen. So it was like, I guess that's pretty cool or whatever. But going back looking at those old shows, like I watched the episode of the Hulk with Thor and Daredevil. Jeez. Like, man, this is the best it's going to get for. I mean, especially growing up in those times. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up with the live action. There was a live action Spider-Man that I loved, and it was totally cheesy, but it was so amazing for the time. And and then I loved the live action Wonder Woman, and then the Incredible Hulk. And you watch them now, and they're just horrible. But
yeah, they are. I was on that level with that show. My uncle used to watch the show. What the hell is it called? This guy always used to fly into buildings, trying to be a
Greatest
superhero.
American Hero.
Greatest American Hero. All of that. I remember Dukes of Hazzard. That show. That damn Wonder Woman where she was doing the twirl.
Yeah, dude, Linda Carter, dude.
Linda Carter.
Oh man.
Bomb, dude.
Dude, if I had a time machine, I'd be going after Linda Carter right now.
You're trying to smash, huh?
Oh yeah.
her little pouch and everything she had in those Wonder Woman.
Dude, she smokes just about any woman on screen now.
Yeah, Linda Carter's bomb.
She was 19 when she started that show.
Dang.
She was 19 when she was Wonder Woman?
When she first started, yeah, the first.
Dude, I don't know, man. If she was 19, man, she was looking a little rough.
She's one of those girls that grew up quicker. She looked like she was in her 20s when she was like 16. Freaking hit puberty when she was like 12.
Yeah, that's kind of bad, man.
There's all those 70s drugs, man. Like, you want to be famous, little girl? By the time she got on screen, she was looking 30 already.
That man.
And that's why I was really turned off by Gal Gadot being cast as Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman was supposed to be an Amazon, supposed to be, built, and that chick's just a waif little model, It's like she's a total waif.
I think that with DC, I think it's a little harder to cast like certain characters. I think that it's really
because they're all like huge.
Right, yeah, it's just trying to cast. I mean, I don't think they take enough time to actually do the casting. I really think that it's like a guy might see 3 different people and say, hey, just do the roulette thing. Just like we're going with that one. Because, I mean, I don't know. I think they did good with Affleck. What's his name, Cavill?
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
He's not bad as Superman. I mean, he's not big enough as far as height. He's not tall enough. But, I mean, what can you do? Wonder Woman, I have to really use my brain on it and say, well, you don't have to be massive or you don't have to be really built to be strong if you got, like, the superpower. You know what I mean? So I kind of just throw that whole thing out that she's not all buff and shit to be a woman. But then again, where do you really... I don't know. I guess it comes out of acting too, man. Because I'm pretty sure you can find somebody to fit the bill, but you might can't act worth a shit.
And even not even being a huge DC fan or huge fan of the character, I still found it annoying that they couldn't convince her to wear blue contact lenses. When that is, one of the main attributes of, the character's been around for 75 years. Always had dark hair and blue eyes, and she's got brown eyes, and they, just like, fuck it. It's like,
I don't know.
That's where the CG budget reached its limit. They paid so much. Like after they animated Doomsday, they're like, all right, can you do her blue eyes now? No, we're tapped, man. Just let it ride, let it ride.
Yeah, see that whole thing with Doomsday, man. I think that it suffers from the same thing that Spider-Man 3 suffered from, in my opinion. It's just just want to do some shit and get it out there. It's like you could have left Doomsday ass on the cutting room floor. To be honest with you, he was garbage.
So he was equivalent to Rhino.
He was more equivalent, in my opinion, to Venom. he wasn't. I mean, at least Venom looked okay when they had him with looking like Venom. He looked okay, but he didn't really do shit. You know, it was really no point to actually having him. The story build up to even have this character involved wasn't there. So I don't know. They'll get it right eventually, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully in the next week or so. I can...
I have more.
Yeah, I seen a meme. It was like for Doomsday and stuff. It was like give the rights back to Marvel.
For Doom? Oh. I mean, well.
Like for Doomsday and Superman and stuff, they're like give the rights back to Marvel for like all the DC shit. That was hilarious.
I think what two things Marvel has going for them is one, Disney does fantasy. That's just what they do. You know, I really think that you can't really. I mean, how are you going? Unless it's DreamWorks, you really can't compete with Disney at all, as far as making some fantasy actually happen. And I think the second thing is that they're not afraid to take the risk and say, hell, well, we know it's totally fake that Tony Stark can stick his finger into the fucking cup holder and his entire suit just comes on his body, but he did it in a comic or some shit, so we're going to make it happen. So, I mean, it's the type of thing you go to pay to see. You know you want to see a comic book movie, so you know you want to see some hyper fake shit happen. So,
yeah, and I think that was a bad move on DC's part to go down this path of we want it to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Nolan movies were pretty good. You know, not being a huge fan, they were still good movies, and they obviously were successful. But to continue down that path of we want to make it dark and gritty, but we still want to we want to bring in all these other comic book characters. I just didn't think that was a good idea, you know. But,
I agree.
whatever.
I think that dark and gritty should be left for Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Characters that follow, you know, maybe the Question, and if you were going to do other characters that were like him, I mean, maybe that would work. But for everybody, right, like with Superman and everybody, it doesn't have to be dark.
Well, and that's what's so good about the Marvel films is like there's camaraderie. You know, there's just enough comedy to even jaded comic book character or comic book fans like them, people who've never even opened a comic book like the movies, people who are just casual, people who just like action movies. You know, it's like you get some you know, there's a fan base for everybody within the movie. You know, somebody can take something out of it, but if it's like dark and serious the whole time, not everybody's going to be into that.
I agree. I mean, even what Fox did with Deadpool, I was surprised with that. I mean, that's one of my surprise movies of the year.
Yeah.
I didn't know how they were going to, you know, tackle that exactly.
Yeah, I was very happy. I think a lot of the reason why I like that movie so much is that I was not heavily invested in the character. You know, it's like I liked the idea of Deadpool, but I never read any Deadpool comics, and so that way, you know, if they weren't 100% loyal to the character or anything, it wasn't like the things that annoyed me about Guardians. You know,
I was about to say that Gamora thing.
Yeah, every time I see Gamora in the prison and she's acting scared, that fucking pisses me off. It's like Gamora would the only person in that prison who Gamora had to worry about was Drax. Otherwise, she'd be like, "Bring it on, motherfuckers."
Yeah.
So.
I wasn't invested, so I didn't know. I thought it was a fun movie, but like you said to me one time we were on the chat, if they did it to Batman, how would I feel? So I guess. I mean, because you know, I'm not. You like you like the corniest of character comics, like Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm not even saying there's a bad comic. It's just like, who goes to say, one copy of Guardians, please? You know what I mean? Like, Todd wants Guardians. Are you there for Guardians? Or like Fantastic Four, they're relevant, but they're irrelevant to me. I don't care about the Fantastic Four at all. they are the corniest powers I've ever. Besides the Human Torch, I like the Human Torch. Even the Thing, he's okay, but I mean that Mr. Fantastic and that extended stretched crap. I'm like,
Yeah, for me, the Fantastic Four, it's mostly nostalgia because when the first exposure I had to any comic book, anything related to comics, was the animated from the 60s, the reruns of the animated Fantastic Four cartoon came on. I was just a short, I was a shorty. I was probably, 4 years old when I saw that, and that was my first exposure to any kind of superheroes, and I was like, oh man, this is so fucking cool. And also knowing that the majority of the MCU or the Marvel universe started with the Fantastic Four. I mean, that was the first. Well, basically, Stan Lee ripped off. He found out about the Justice League. He was friends with one of the guys from DC, and actually, it was his boss was friends with one of the guys from DC, and they went like golfing together. And he said he told his boss, oh, I've got this badass comic that's coming out with the Justice League. It's a whole bunch of superheroes on one team. And the guy was like, oh, really? And so he went back and told Stan, he's like, you got to fucking do something because we're going to get our asses kicked. And so Stan said, okay, I'll make and he came up with the Fantastic Four. And they were the first superheroes that had real problems, like all of them had flaws. And, that was like a major part of the book was them having to overcome whatever personal issues they had. Reed was self-absorbed, and the Thing never, he didn't want to be the Thing.
I bet he was. He probably was sexually oppressed.
And so they all had their issues, and they all had issues with each other, and so that was like huge at the time because usually Superman didn't talk about his feelings and Batman didn't talk about his feelings, and it was just like, okay, we got to beat the bad guys this week, and that was it. It was never they didn't show their flaws. So and then and then they introduced Black Panther, and all the cosmic characters all came from the Fantastic Four. So that's why I love them.
Speaking of, not trying to take you guys' time, but speaking of Black Panther, did you like the way he was portrayed in the movie?
Yeah, I thought it was very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh,
I felt he needed to be a little more balanced. Like some scenes. Oh, am I lagging right now?
A little bit.
A little bit, but I hear you.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I felt he was a little bit unbalanced. Like some scenes he was so like on top of everything and just badass, and then other scenes he was just kind of thrown to the side. I really liked him in the movie. I just wish, like, because in the comic books, it's like known like at all times that he is like not to be fucked with, and like anybody that does usually gets like handled. Like Namor, when they were having beef in the comics, he got handled. And so in the movie, I wish they would have just like either elevated him more or just brought him down more so that like he had like a consistent flow to him. Because like I don't know. I was trying to chalk it up to like maybe his suit, because when he was in the suit, he would do some like crazy shit, and then when he was not in the suit, he would kind of get smacked around a lot more. But I feel like the suit to him is kind of like Batman. Like Batman without his utility belt is still Batman. Like he's a little bit hindered, but he can still do shit. But it kind of felt like Black Panther without the suit was just like some dude who knew karate, and I don't think that's right. I think that T'Challa is the Black Panther with or without vibranium.
Yeah. One thing I really liked about him, I mean, I've only seen the movie once. I have I have a pirate copy that I haven't watched yet, but the the thing I liked
Ooh, I'm
about
telling.
the thing I liked about Black Panther that reminded me of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, where I really loved that character, was how he was always like evaluating the situation. He's always in the back, like looking at everything, not just how Cap was one way and Iron Man was the other, and Black Panther is like Batman. He looks at everything, every scenario, and he's trying to figure out, okay, what's the truth? What's really going on? And of course, he figured it out. And so that's what I love about his portrayal in the movie is like, yeah, that's fucking Black Panther. He's not swayed by, he he joined Tony's team, but in the end, he figured out the truth and sided with Cap. So,
Right.
how'd you feel, Pharaoh?
I I liked him. I mean he was good for his first appearance. I'll say that. I really thought the guy he portrayed both sides really well. I mean his accent, even though I know it's probably fake, it just wasn't bad and over the top. So I think what I didn't like about him is that whenever he was, I won't say defeated or knocked down or knocked back, he retreated to that whole ground thing. It's kind of like they did to him what they're doing to Black Widow. Every time she does something, she's posed all out like that, and or swinging around somebody's neck. That her go-to move. It's cool. But after a while, it's like, all right, man, stop letting these guys knock him down, because I know for a fact that if pushed, he can kick Cap's ass, and that the claw thing. I'm okay. I understand he's a Panther, but the whole swinging of the claw thing, I'm like, okay, man, throw a punch. Stop playing for real. I mean, you can whoop these guys' asses, so I mean, just cut it out. But I was happy to see him, and I them more in Marvel
Yeah.
Universe, whatever. So,
yeah, it's it's I think it's challenging to have Black Panther and Vision not dominate. I mean, let's be real. Vision would fuck up everybody. It's like if just like in the comics, if they really used him to his full potential, it's like there's very few characters that could fuck up Vision.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that Vision, especially, he's just not popular enough to. I mean, they probably put him at some point as to make a plot go along. You know what I mean? Or some controversy around him with that damn stone. But I mean, he just wasn't that interested. I mean, I know what the Vision can do. So I mean, he was my least favorite character in that movie. I want to say I liked Hawkeye better than I did Vision. I'm not a big fan of Hawkeye either. So, but I will say this: if I'm not straying anything, I liked Scarlet Witch a lot more in this movie than I did in Ultron.
Yeah.
I loved Falcon. I thought Falcon was really, really awesome and shit. And I like Ant-Man a lot. So
yeah, Paul Rudd kills it, man. That was
hilarious, man.
Such a perfect cast for that character.
Every time I see it, I laugh at the same fucking jokes. I've seen it 8 times, and I laugh at Paul Rudd every single time. It was hilarious to see him.
Yeah, I love that guy. I can't wait for the next Ant-Man movie. So you collect pretty much everything, or at least at one time, you've pretty much collected everything. I mean,
Man,
every
still
toy
like that.
line. Yeah. So, are there any toy lines that you regret collecting that you were really excited for, and then as you started to get them, you're like, man, why did I waste my time with this? What, or
No, I think,
the figures were nice when they first came out, and then they got worse, or
oh yeah, DC Universe Classics. They it was I was this. Let me tell you the story. This is what the biggest problem was. You had Marvel Legends, so I was straight on that tip. I can actually, highly articulated Marvel figures. Wasn't even worried about it. DC Direct was pretty much the only company making DC figures that looked like anything, but God knows they couldn't move worth shit. So I didn't have a lot of DC figures that I cared about. Mattel does the DC superheroes, and they're decent for the most part. They continue on with the DC Universe Classic, so I went headstrong into that. And yeah, after a while, I started saying, like, I mean, between the quality control, the availability, and then just never changing the molds, like ever, yeah, I kind of just fell out of it, man. Just like fuck it. And they weren't the worst figures, but they just weren't the best. Um, but now I'm pretty much into imported anything. I mean, if I could get it imported, I probably wouldn't buy domestic at all. I just know that a lot of the characters we get imported to us, or import companies, are not going to do every character. Not like how Hasbro will venture off and do all type of characters that people don't give a fuck about. You know. But I don't know. I'm not too disappointed with anything. I think those all 3 and 3/4 inch figures outside of G.I. Joe they disappointed me. I really never got one that I've actually like, oh, this is completely awesome. It's kind of bullshit or whatever, man. I want to say that's probably it. NECA, I mean, if you guys watch the ACBA podcast, I'm always fucking with Fabio about NECA figures and shit. But I want to take this opportunity to say that if it wasn't for NECA, a lot of movie figures just wouldn't exist. Period. So I still sort of think that Randy just doesn't like black characters. Like, I mean, I'm not even turning to a race debate. I'm just saying, like, I just cannot get. The only NECA figure I think I own that's black is Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
And I just seen the mini mates in Toys R Us, the 2-pack of the Predator, and they had the Danny Glover, but he's not even black. They got him covered with white from the scene where the ship took off and he was covered in the dust. So I was just like, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, they made a Clubber Lang too, right?
Oh, and you're right. I got Clubber Lang too.
And they're coming out with Frost from in Aliens.
I hope that works out for them, because I think my biggest figure line that I love but I'm disappointed by is the Terminator, because we don't have the John Connor. And I set the figures up and I look at them, I say, it's just not right for me to have a Terminator 2 cast and I don't have fucking John. So,
no, that's rough. How are you not gonna have that kid when he's like the star, pretty much the star of the movie?
Right, everything centers around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that drives me nuts too. You got the little kid mold, you got the fucking little Jason, you got the fucking little. Oh no, those are the cloth ones though. Never mind. But yeah, still, I mean, they made little kids before.
Right.
Fucking Home
They're
Alone.
making Newt.
How you gonna make Home Alone before you make John Connor or Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Mike, you know something? Me and Fabio argue about this all the time. He comes up with some shit. Oh, well, the contracts, and this guy wants this amount of money, and
Edward Furlong, the guy that plays John Connor, bro, that fool needs cash.
Yeah.
right. I'm saying, what the hell is he
Yeah.
doing?
The last movie he did was Detroit Rock City, which is a good movie, but I don't think it got big until like years later. It wasn't one of those like box offices. It was like one of those nostalgic, like go back and watch 5 years later kind of movie.
I haven't even seen it. I think the last movie I seen him in, he was a demon playing Jesus or something. Like seriously, he was like over an altar, and he would stab his hands down on like these spikes, and he would
What
make
the fuck?
things happen. Yeah, he would make
That
things happen.
sounds like a paycheck. That sounds like a paycheck movie to me.
Right. I mean, I haven't seen him in shit else. To be honest with you, he got back all raggedy looking and shit.
How are you gonna get Weird Al before John Connor? Like, come on, dude, Weird Al. How you gonna get him before John Connor? That shit, no one's gonna buy that shit.
You know, I think Randy. That's what kind of kills it for me is his passion projects, man. I sit back, I look at shit, and I'm like, nah, I don't see it. I like those Iron Maiden figures. I didn't grow up listening to Iron Maiden, man. I grew up in inner city ghetto. It was pretty much rap for me. It was rap or nothing. So I mean, you know, I'm heavy metal and that. I don't know shit about it. So I'm not gonna knock Iron Maiden, but I just don't see it selling. That shit sits around in my Toys R Us forever.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't understand. Like you said, Home Alone, Weird Al. He's making Bill and Ted. I'm like,
I can understand like the passion project kind of stuff. Like, oh, this is like what I really like. But you gotta have a balance. You gotta have like this is what's gonna sell, and this is what I want to see happen. You know, you can't just keep throwing out random shit. Like, I really like obscure shit. But like, come on, man, give me something else. Like Weird Al, I'm never gonna buy that shit. Even if that shit's in clearance, fuck no, I'm not buying that shit. I don't see nobody buying that shit. Fuck no.
If I bought a Weird Al,
Fabio already pre-ordered like 5 of them.
Dude, I bet.
Well, you know, that's the thing with if you go over to those NECA boards, Fabio is pretty much. I mean, he's cool. He's actually well balanced. You can talk to him or whatever, but you see how he buys NECA blindly. Whatever they produce, he goes and buys it. He's more of a fan of the company than the characters.
Yeah, I mean, he calls himself a fanboy, so.
Right, and see, that's a lot of those guys over there, man. A lot of those guys when that Heath Ledger Joker, the Reeves Superman, and the fucking '60s Batman came out, they had serious QC issues. And those guys, if you came onto that board saying, "Look, broken in a package," Jesus, it was a fight. Like seriously, you know.
Like, why'd you open it then?
Right? Why did you open it? Anybody knows when you buy a NECA figure, you gotta hit it with the blow dryer, dip it in hot water, then put it in the freezer. Like, I didn't know that. I didn't say that on the damn box.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't make your tribute to Randy before you opened it? You didn't pray?
Right. You ain't lying, Michael. That's pretty much, you know, I don't know. I mean, DC, I'm sitting here with a fucking Deathstroke figure that's fused right there, just snapped off. And, you know, but I mean, everybody has their problems, but I don't think that I want to sit around and do a lot of steps straight out of the package with it.
Never had a Hasbro Marvel Legend break on me.
Yeah, I never have either. I've had one. I bought it and I took it home and I noticed it was broken and I just returned it. But I never had I was fucking with it and it snapped or fucking the peg snapped in there or nothing like that. Never.
No, I mean I run a page on Facebook that's Marvel Legends quality control issues, and 95% of it are paint problems. You know, there are people like Michael who've had, you know, problems with, you know, fucked up joints and stuff. But Toy Biz, I've had the forearm break on an old Bullseye that I got loose anyway. And that, you know, I think the majority of that is just the plastic was cheaper quality and it just gets old. But Hasbro, man, these things are durable as hell.
Yeah, I agree. I remember when Hasbro took over. It's funny because I had a small apartment at the time, and they took over, and I think the only figure I bought from that first wave was the one in that first wave. I don't know what it was. One of those figures. There's only one figure I bought, and I see they had took away the toe articulation and the fingers and shit, and I don't know. I was like, they're just fucking this damn line up, you know. But I think that now, they've come a long way, man. I really, really appreciate what they do with their figures, honestly.
Yeah, I think the Brood wave might have been the first. The Brood or Blob was right around that time.
Yeah, Annihilus, I think is what it
Oh,
was.
okay, Nihilus, there you go. Yeah, so those first few waves were terrible. I mean, just the character selection alone was pretty bad.
Well,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
well, you know, I was
I love that Jean Grey, that movie Jean Grey. She's awesome.
I was on
Not
the
Ultimate Iron Man, bro.
I was on the Marvelous News page. I was an admin over there. I think I still am an admin over there. But around the time the Foom Wave was out, and they were talking about canceling Marvel Legends, and a lot of people were complaining about it. And I'm like, listen, all on these boards, all I ever hear you guys talk about are these B and C and even D list characters. Why aren't they making these characters? And they go and they do these low end characters, and you guys don't buy them.
Yeah.
It's like, so you complain about getting an Iron Man, you complain about getting a Spider Man, but then you don't want to go buy Danger. who else you thought? What you want, the Stilt Man or somebody? I mean, what the fuck you thought was gonna happen?
Yeah, it's so much better now, where they have a theme, so that because before it was kind of like a mishmash. You get one X-Men character, one cosmic character, one street level character. The wave was like all over the place. And so now that it's like there's a theme kind of built around the wave, you know, people can just buy the whole wave and be happy, like, or skip the whole wave and be happy. Like me, I'm Deadpool is the only one from the X-Men wave that I care about getting. Not that I'm a huge Deadpool fan, but I want a Deadpool with ankle rockers. You know, the fucking ones we have don't have that. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip that wave. But you know, for the most part, it's there. It's a lot harder to cherry pick because you're a lot more happy with the waves, a lot more consistent.
I think I was the one thing that made me the most happy about the way Hasbro started doing things was that I don't have to go through hell and high water to complete a team. You know, I don't have to. That whole thing with the Giant Man wave from Toy Biz, that was the most irritating wave I've ever tried to collect. I was totally pissed at how many figures. First of all, I had to buy like 12 figures or so just to get the fucking thing built, but you could never find Miss Marvel or fucking Kitty Pryde. So,
Yeah.
or they make the one character to complete the team with a chase figure. Like this is one in whatever. I'm like, oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah, we like to gang up on Dwight Stahl a lot, but the smartest thing that they did was get rid of fucking running changes.
Yeah, running changes were horrible, man. Even I mean, when they did it with the what was it, Thunderball and Pile Driver, I mean it wasn't that bad, but I think mentally you thought it was going to be because you're like, okay, I got to get out here and find this other figure. Watch my store just get in a bunch of fucking Pile Drivers and never get a Thunderball. You know, I don't think that was actually the case, but you're right. That running chain shit, that was a great idea to get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, I say this all the time. You guys in the Midwest, you guys have a lot better luck than we do because
Yeah.
I mean, I went to in 3 different states when that wave was hitting, and I only saw Pile Driver. I think I maybe saw Thunderball once, but I only ever saw Pile Driver. And a lot of those running changes just never popped up.
Yeah, I think here in my city, it was kind of funny. Sometimes we get things first. What I usually do is once it hits the coast, I know it should be here in a matter of weeks. Because back when the Captain America wave, the one with the Hydra Soldier in it, once that started hitting, I think who got that first? Was it New York? Once it hit out there,
It was California because me and Todd were like one of the first dudes to have those figures.
Yeah.
I thought Spider-Man hit California first. I remember Slings had the Spider-Man wave,
Now,
and I'm not mistaken.
Florida.
Florida got it first, yeah.
Okay, well, at any point, I know when I heard the news, I said, let me go out here and start looking. And that was it DPCI or DCPI, whatever, that number helped a lot because I just went around to every Target and just pulled the fucking army building.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really making it hard for us now is that Target uses the same fucking DPCI for every wave.
Yeah.
So we're screwed. I think this year we're going to get, you'll see the X-Men wave will get a new DPCI, but everything else is going to be either Captain America or Spider-Man, same too. So
I think that I'm pretty much in the clear because what I do now is I just order a case and then I try to, if it's an army builder, I just try to locate the army builders or whatever later. But all that riding around and those idiots in Target, oh well, we have them on the floor. You're like, listen, man, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this character, and it made it easy with the Hydra and the AIM soldiers because you can say, hey, listen, okay. I'm looking for one guy. He's pretty much all green with yellow, and another guy that's pretty much all yellow with black. That's what I'm looking for, and it was easier to bring out. But I don't know.
well, yeah, I have this theory that Target has one of my haul videos as training, and they're telling people like, this is how you do, how you don't. You're not supposed to help the collectors. You know, fuck the collectors. You know, because I got the the Ironmonger wave before anybody because like 2 weeks before the release or the street date, I got one of the employees to pull them from the back, and now they like won't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, you have to. My biggest thing is what I do is I go in the morning, and when they say, well, we can't sell them, we can't pull them out. At least I know you got them. Because what I'll do is I go back in the afternoon. Most times you get the kids who get out of school, and they're pretty much working the floor, and a lot of them just don't give a damn.
Yeah.
So they'll call back and go back there and get them for you or whatever.
Yeah, I've done that too. I told the story one time, I think on Plastic and Paint or something, where I went to the store. I was messaging Michael while I was going down, but I went to the store and I saw a teenage employee, and I was like, oh, I'm going to her. And then she walks past the manager, and the manager's like, no, no, no. And I was like, fuck.
Like shit backfired on you.
You got a profile, man. You got to find that I don't give a fuck kid. That's just like, fuck it, dude. I don't care. Just leave me alone.
Right. See, that's what the good thing about going to ghetto Walmarts. Won't lie to you. Here it is. Hope you guys don't. Yes. But you go and you get this young, hopefully she's black or Hispanic, female, and they be pissed. The managers be fucking with me. The customers coming through acting fucking stupid. And I remember one time I went with, remember those Iron Man 2 coupons that were in the 3 and 3/4 figures or whatever? It was an Iron Man 2 coupon for $5 off of anything Iron Man. Why you guys don't remember those? Are you serious?
Nah.
Yeah, they were packed in the bottom of the Iron Man 2 3 and 3/4 figures.
Oh, well,
what I used to
never buy that shit.
Yeah.
All you had to do was literally turn the package upside down and put your hand through the crevice. And you just pull out the coupon. And I'm not going to lie, I went around and I pulled as many coupons as I fucking could. But one time, this girl at Toys R Us, her manager was giving her a hard time because of some whatever reason or whatever. And she was like, I don't give a fuck. They ain't paying me shit. Fuck these people. And she let me use every coupon on my 2 packs. I got the Black Widow Winter Soldier pack for $7. seriously, and they were just scanning. They would scan all the way down to, if I'm not mistaken, down to something like $3.
Oh my god.
You couldn't get it. You couldn't get it below a certain price before tax. But I mean, man, those you got to go to the people who really like are being worked and have an attitude right now. Man, they don't care. They're like, shit, fuck this.
Yeah, it's like that's a problem. Is I'm in the suburbs and they're like, whoa, 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 sir, no, rules, rules.
Oh, go find a little stoner. Go find a stoner white kid that's walking around and be like, hey man, you got those in the back? What?
You gotta find that kid wearing the Insane Clown Posse shirt, bro. Get him.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. You know, the other day I had a Target employee following me in the toy aisles, and I thought they were gonna give me a hard time about something, and then they were acting like really fucking weird until finally I turned around like, hey, can I help you or something? And they're like, are you a collector? And I didn't want to say yes because I didn't know, where they were going. So I was like, no, why? And they're like, oh, never mind then. And I was like, no, I have a friend. Why? What's up? And they're like, oh, well, I just have the hookup on these pops. Like, I have these exclusive pops stashed, and if you needed some, and I was like, okay, never mind. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey man, go sleep on those pops. I seen a couple of them go for a nice amount of money.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was listening to Josh Chaney's podcast, and his buddy Ernie collects pops, and I'm like, man, I fucking hate those things. Like,
Hey, I got Diego. I got Diego talking about pops, bro. I think he's gonna jump on the train. We're at Frankenson's. He's like, hey man, they're making stuff that we'll never get real figures out of. I might do it. And my girl collects a couple of them, just like random movies or like she likes Harry Potter, so she's got all the Harry Potter ones. She got like a couple like the random ones, and so she's all.
That's more than a couple, bro. That's more than a couple.
Yeah, maybe she's got like 10, something like that. So yeah, that's more.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I got 2 Batman pops, but my girl, she has a few too. She has Freddy, she has Mary Poppins, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, that's tough.
Hey man, that girl loves Ric Flair, and it's crazy because his pop has a pink robe.
Is that Target exclusive one? Because they got like a Target one.
Yeah, it's a Target. That's where she got it from, Target. Yeah. And she has the Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
The only pop I got is like the Misfits Crimson Ghost one, like the red one like that. It's like a pop one like that. And he's actually got his eyes like colored like the Crimson Ghost. And it's not just like the fucking dilated pupil.
Okay.
That's the only one I bought. And that shit goes for a grip.
Really?
I just bought it just because I like the Misfits. But yeah, that shit goes for a grip. I was like, fuck, I might just sell that shit.
Hey man, I seen a guy a few weeks back. He came and he bought all of the Walmart exclusive Black Panther figures, pop figures, whatever. They had a bunch of those. They were like sparkly black or something. He just came in and bought all of them.
Yeah,
he needs them to keep his Beanie Babies company.
That shit. I mean, I don't knock them because I mean, like Mike says, it's some shit you just are never going to get in figure form. So I can see the the draw to it, and I pretty much have tried anything Batman. I mean, like I said, it's over here. I got a Batman Barbie doll standing up over here from the movie and shit. But I mean, it's a Batman, so I feel confident walking to the register with a Barbie doll in my hand, like
That's that.
Hey man, I got that damn thing. It was on sale for $30, and then I had a $10 something off and like another 20% off. Shit, thought you knew, man. I was definitely gonna grab it at that time. Shit.
The only thing if I were gonna get favorite versions of characters that we may never get in Legends is mini-mates. They made so many different things for mini-mates. I have the classic. I had to get this classic Gamora.
Oh,
nice.
And Angela to go with her. So
Angela, is that Angela from Spawn?
Yeah, she got basically reverted to Marvel. So
Oh, okay.
she was in the Guardians with Gamora and Angela were the most badass bitches on the fucking on universe for a while.
Get that Linda Carter Wonder Woman to keep that little three-peat right there. That'd be the crew right there.
They would be unstoppable.
Mini mates. I don't know. I did my mini mate thing for a little while, but I kept all of my. I have the entire DC mini mate thing. You know, they're a little more rare to get, and some guy was selling them for $2 a pop over on the Foosh, and I said, shit,
Wow.
I'll take all of these. Like, give me all of them. And I went ahead and got those. But as far as mini mates go, they're boring in my opinion, man. I don't know. I don't feel. I bought Marvel mini mates out of the store, $8 a pack, and then I get home and I'm like, I spent $8 on these damn Lego figures. Like,
Yeah, they're pretty basic.
Damn,
I
haters up in here.
hey, that right here, man. I kit bashed a Blade figure right here and shit. So he has no shirt on and a leather fucking trench coat.
Keeping it with the leather.
No shirt.
Hell yeah.
Who you know wear leather pants and a leather fucking coat with no shirt on under? Probably
You
no
mean-
drawers either.
That ain't
You gotta be beefing it with that duster.
You say what?
That ain't the Pharaoh Black mini mate?
Nah, man, he too light to be the Pharaoh Black man he made, man.
Oh shit. So what?
You know what they say, man? Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah, right. And man, that's a classic line, man.
That one, and the only time Wesley Snipes' voice ever raises when they shoot at him, he's like, "Are you out your damn mind?" And
I don't remember that line,
He looked at him crazy as hell too. Like,
yeah. It's Punk Mike. It's in the first movie when they jump out of the hospital, and then the dudes, for whatever reason, they keep shooting at him across the building. And so he just gets up and turns to the camera, all like bug-eyed. "Are you out your damn mind?" And then keeps running. But he sounds like crazy.
That's hilarious.
So
Classic,
Pharaoh,
man.
figures that have been announced. What are you most excited for?
nah, everything I'm excited for is imported. I'm not gonna lie, I do want Rogue. I was about to sell my X-Men Legends, to be honest with you. X-Men is probably my least favorite Marvel team. I not to be sitting here going to a history lesson, but as a child, before that X-Men cartoon came on with the Jim Lee X-Men style, you guys remember they had a Pride of the X-Men? You guys remember that at
Yeah,
all?
the pilot episode for the series they never picked up.
Right. Then I was very, very interested in X-Men. I thought the X-Men was the best thing moving, man. And then after a while, it just turned to one giant race story. You know, that's all it really was, prejudice. And then once it started spinning out into something that was other than that, I didn't care about it. So, I mean, honestly, I was just going to get rid of that shit. I just had it on the strength. But I do want Rogue because hopefully I get a great Gambit. You know, but other than that, the Deadpool figure, I do want to see what's going on with that. But import wise, man, like everything, like seriously, and it's crazy, Todd, because I get excited about shit I don't even know what the hell it is. You know, like seriously, it's some dude that's a common rider. He has on regular clothes and a common rider belt, and I want him. I don't even know. I really don't even know the fuck he is.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier today. Yeah, I don't know, is he a character from the show or like one of the creators or?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm buying them.
The head sculpt looked really good.
I'm excited for the game Yakuza. They made one of the main characters from Yakuza. Oh man, I can't wait to get that fucking figure, man.
I got that shit on pre-order. I don't even know who that is, but that dude looks
right.
tight.
Yeah, I had to get him. Get a fucking gold gun, and I'm like, man, let me get this fancy Japanese motherfucker, man.
I was looking when he comes with like a cone and shit. I'm like, I'm sure that has like some significance, but I don't give a fuck. That dude looks tight as fuck.
Yeah, I had to get him or whatever, and also the Tony Stark. I don't know. Did any of you guys order Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, none of you? Come on, none of you ordered the figure arts Tony Stark?
Yeah, you talking to like some of the poorest mofos in the community.
Yeah, I'm on a budget, man.
Hey, listen.
Todd's sweating thinking about it.
Even hey, that figure. Listen, the price on that figure, especially if you got the first release, the price on that figure is going to go up stupid. I'm telling you, man, you guys should have ordered that. But I'm excited for it, man.
Yeah, when I first got the Hasbro Black Panther from Civil War Wave, I was thinking, this figure is so good that I don't need the figure arts one.
Never.
But after I got, I started messing with it more and more. I was like, well, there's going to be some poses that I want to do with this figure that I'm just not going to be happy with. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, that figure is still up for pre-order. Bug, he went and ordered 2 of them right out the gate. And I'm like, yeah, it's certain figures you just don't have to order 2 out the gate because they're not going to sell out like that. But that Tony Stark, I think that thing was going in 8 minutes.
Wow.
Like,
is that a web shop exclusive?
Oh, that was just released. That was everywhere. And I mean, it sold out. It went back up, I want to say around 7 or 8 o'clock, and it was only up for a minute. And it went back out. And it comes with the first release bonus, which is the stage area, the circular stage or whatever. And that figure's going to be worth some money, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure once it comes out, you can pretty much tell somebody, hey, man, give me $100 for this damn figure, and they'll probably do it.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Iron Man, super popular, especially in Asia, and just wait till that Spider-Man.
Oh, man. You know what's crazy, Todd? Not to keep speaking about the Tony, I knew it was coming. Rick PM'd me. So I set my alarm for 1:45. 1:40. So I'm going to wake up. I said, it go live at 2. I'm going to grab me a couple of these Tony Starks, and I'm going to take my ass back to bed. I wake up. I go use the bathroom. I sit down on the toilet and go to sleep.
Oh shit!
I wake up 10 minutes after 2, completely sold out. I said, "Fuck!" I had to catch Hobby Link Japan, and I ordered. They only let you order 1 from them, and I ordered 1, and I'm signing my girl up for Hobby Link. I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm just gonna send it down to my grandmother's house or something. And nope, they sold out. Shit, everywhere had sold out and shit.
Wow. Yeah, I was tempted to get the Ant-Man. I was very tempted to get the Ant-Man. But there's not anything else that I'm... that Yakuza, I was interested in getting him, and then that other Japanese businessman that they just showed about
that boss-looking dude?
Yeah.
He's a police officer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I bought him too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him too. Yeah, those figures are tight. Those like Yakuza looking freaking boss guys. I want to hunt down Golgo 13. I mean, that one's hard to get at a good price.
Oh man, you know what?
Every time I see Kong fucking with that thing, like, god damn, dude.
That's an older Figma. The thing with the older Figmas, they didn't have it correct yet. So I mean, it's a good figure. I definitely recommend you get it. But it's like they use the stick type of like if you want to change the hands out, the peg is pretty much sticking out of the hand.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it doesn't go into the hole as far as you might want it. So it's kind of, I mean, he's kind of chubby too, man.
Yeah.
His feet are really small and his thighs are really big, but I mean, it's still a good figure, but it's not worth $100 and something bucks, man.
Nah, not at all. Fuck no. That would be like a come up kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a nice figure. I got mine from I want to say Jeff Salza. I might have got it from him for 35.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't have a background or anything, but I said fuck it, man.
He comes with some dope ass props too.
Yeah, I didn't get the case.
Ooh.
I didn't get the case. I mean, for 35, what it's going for, I
Yeah.
said, fuck it. But I get some pretty good deals. Emia, he plugged me on the King Cosma. It's pretty much a rabbit with a bubble vest and some jeans and shit.
Oh
from,
yeah.
Oh,
Summer Wars. Yeah, that thing is going for $100 some too. I think I might have paid him $55 or $60 for it.
Mm.
And quickly, I wanted to shout out. Well, he doesn't want to be told who he is, but this guy over on Plastic and Paint sold me a bunch of Dragon Ball Z figures for like $30.
Dang.
I got Cell. I got the original Frieza, Scouter Vegeta, Krillin, an android. Which one's the chick? Is that 18?
18.
18.
Yep, 30 apiece.
Come up.
I said, and that's like my 5th or 6th time selling those figures, man. So I caught them all back. I
Yeah, I know.
I said I'm not gonna sell it again.
Hey, Pharaoh, you fuck with anime a little bit or what?
A little bit. I'm not heavy into it like I was at one point in time in my life.
Did
What
you
was
ever
it
watch
called?
Yu Yu Hakusho?
Who?
Yu Yu Hakusho? Did you ever watch that one?
No.
No. Oh, that's a good one. Cause
What is it? What's it about?
it's a dude. His name is Yusuke, and he's like a spirit detective. He's like in junior high, and he's like this like kind of like thug. And he's like notorious for like beating everybody's ass and being a tough guy. And then he's like a spirit detective. I don't know. I don't really explain it that well.
Yeah.
Michael's like, you're so wrong.
I'm like, nah.
You're not explaining it right.
Send me a link or whatever, or at least how to spell it over on Facebook or whatever, and I definitely will watch it, man, because I'm drawn more to the ones about spirits anyway. I was watching like Witch Hunter Robin, fucking Death Note. Jesus, I've probably watched that thing maybe 80 times.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, because I remember one of the your first videos I watched, like back in the day, was that those Death Note figure review of Light and Ryuk.
Right, I had to get them.
Figures. Yeah, those figures are dope.
Hey, you know how I got into that was crazy because we had moved, and the night we moved into our new house, we hadn't even moved everything in, so pretty much I was sleeping in a recliner, and it showed up on fucking Adult Swim, and we watched it, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's back when I was smoking weed. We was high as a kite, and we're watching it or whatever. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? So I had to go back and find out what was going on. I'm watching it in the middle. Like, let me go back and shit. And I liked it a lot, man. She liked it a lot as well.
Yeah, because I heard Darius talking about how they're gonna probably come out with Yu Yu Hakusho figures, and that shit's gonna be fucking tight.
Damn.
That shit is gonna be savage, because that shit's way better than Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like Dragon Ball Z.
I think if you watch it as an adult, like you didn't watch it when you were younger, I think if you watch it as an adult, it's not as interesting, because it's more of like for me, it's more of a nostalgic thing.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
binge watching it. I was binge watching it for a while now. I was like, man, I gotta give this shit a break, because I wanted to rewatch the whole series again, and I was all stoked, amped up at first, and halfway through, I'm kind of like, yeah, I need to take a break. This shit's getting a little out of hand.
I think I fucked up, and I started watching it on regular TV. I think that's what really ruined it, because it gets to the point where the commercial, come on, you get Vegeta saying, I'm gonna come over there, and then the commercial comes on, and once the commercial goes off and they bring the show back on, he's still talking.
Or they
It's like,
recap,
dude,
and then he's still talking. They're like, oh,
right.
And then they
Right,
fucking
like, are
recap the first half of the episode, and then they fucking. You're like, fuck. That's when I was binge watching it. I was like, dude, I don't know how I did this when I was younger with the commercials and shit.
right, when you fucking do whatever it is you're gonna go do, I don't know. It's certain things that's stupid. Like I watched one the other day with my son that had beers in it, and he was telling me something about Goku and wishing people back, whatever. And what was really crazy was Goku pretty much told Golden Frieza how he was going to defeat him and why. And I'm like, really? This is what's going on in this show now? Like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Bunch of haters in here, man. Mini mates, Dragon Ball, everything.
Like, I imagine if I went back and watched Robotech, I would feel the same way. I mean, at the time, it was so fucking cool, but I bet if I went and watched it now, I'd be like, this is kind of weak.
Yeah, some cartoons like that, man. I was watching. I binge watched Thundar the Barbarian.
God, I love that show.
Yeah, I love him. And my son, he is like, you forcing it. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, this. Oh, he's trying to be like He-Man. I'm like, this is Thundar, man. Thundar ain't scared of shit.
Thundar fucking precedes He-Man by like a decade.
Man, man, not even talking about. I don't know if everybody here watched it or not, man. But I'm just saying, the dialogue from Thundar.
Yeah.
He only really said like 8 phrases, but it's just.
Yep.
I love it, man.
Dude, if they came out with fucking figure arts Thundar figures, oh, I'd be so psyched.
Oh yeah, I love that. You know
Yeah,
what?
I'm sure that's top on Japan's list right now. Japanese company over there like, Thunder, here next.
Yeah, it'll never fucking happen. Yeah, it's like, oh, you remember that obscure Hanna-Barbera show from the fucking 70s? Yeah, let's bring that back.
Hey man,
Yeah, as the figure art CEO's leaning back with his fucking Thundar shirt on, like, oh yeah, remember? What's your pitch, man? Hit me.
hey, I was kind of mad that Jazz wears Instant the Game because they did the Space Ghost figure, and I was like, even though this Space Ghost figure could have been way better, I know I'm going to get a Thundar. Like I know it's coming. No.
Didn't Figure Arts make a Space Ghost?
Figure arts? Hell no.
I know.
Yeah.
I think Mesco's coming out that cloth one.
Yeah, but he looks like he has on socks.
He does.
I thought there was some import company that was making a Space Ghost.
Nah, Mesco, like you said, Mesco was making one with the fucking Gleep looking fucking like he was a homicidal monkey. That thing looks crazy. I was like, I don't know about that. But I definitely, man, I want Thundar stuff. I almost bought the Toonami set off of eBay, and this guy wouldn't come down $50 because, like I told him, I'm not giving him $150 for those 3 figures. Like, no, they're not even great figures.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been tempted a few times, but yeah, they're not good figures.
You know how it is. People just take the fact, like the Herculoid set. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that thing is going for something, man. That much going for big money.
Yep. It's all the old bastards my age that have more money than me that are a driver of the price. I grew up. I was pretty hardcore into Hanna-Barbera cartoons when I was growing up. There was some good shit. Fucking Punker Mike reminds me of Captain Caveman.
Come on, Captain
Hey man, he was one of the most irritating cartoons, man. Him screaming, and then that
man.
damn club would open up. He
Damn.
had all type of shit come out that club.
Casting caveman, come on. I thought you were gonna say something cool like Johnny Quest or something.
Johnny Quest. Hey, that was a good cartoon, man.
Yeah,
It was.
Todd hits me
Yeah.
with Captain Caveman. Come on.
Yeah, and Johnny Quest evolved into Venture Brothers, which I love.
Yeah, Venture Brothers is tight.
I haven't watched that yet, but I'm behind on a lot of shit, man. I just started watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
It takes a lot, man. I have to. I mean, I have to be eating to watch it. Because like seriously, when I try to watch it, just normally, I say I'll watch it later and I turn it off. Usually when I'm eating, I'm too far away from whatever it is to turn it, so I just sit back and watch it like that. That and it's another show I just started watching, Penny Dreadful.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through that either.
Yeah,
Damn.
I don't know what Penny Dreadful's about, but I don't really fuck with anything that's fantasy related. I liked the Lord of the Rings movies, but I wasn't like, gaga over any of that. Mostly because I read The Hobbit as a teenager, but I never read any of the other Lords of the Rings.
You don't think Elijah Wood did justice to freaking the little Hobbit dude?
Sam.
Those movies were just so fucking long and too many characters. It was too much politics.
Yeah, I didn't like any of them. I've watched a couple and I didn't see the point. I mean, especially with my kids, man. My daughter, I've seen my first Twilight movie. Oh my God, it's horrible. I mean, it's just be certain shit. My girl had me watching True Blood. And I was like, oh God. What I mean? If I see another man walk through with jeans on, showing his fucking V crotch area thing, man, I was like, I can't sit here and watch this shit.
Yeah, when the fuck is what's coming out next for Netflix? Luke Cage?
Yeah, I think Luke Cage is next in June, isn't it?
I couldn't remember if it's the summer or the fall.
I think it's June.
Wow, it's coming up around the corner now.
Nice.
Hopefully it's not drawn out like his part was on Jessica Jones with the wife and everything. I want more action. I don't want more dialogue.
Yeah, hopefully that since they've already introduced his character, they won't feel the need to do a whole lot of backstory.
Right.
But I don't know. So far, they've been doing a very good job over there.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely. I mean, they write things like crime dramas with superheroes. They're gonna do pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been perfect, but they've been very entertaining. I really liked Jessica Jones. I just hated the way it ended. I thought it was rushed.
I don't know, Jessica Jones. I liked it. It took me a while to get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it started getting a little boring. It was like, okay, yeah. But yeah, once we got through it, my girl loved Jessica Jones. That's another one that was kind of crazy. She actually liked it. But I think, like I was saying on the ACBA podcast, I think that Daredevil, I just didn't. I don't know. I think I'm liking him less. It's something about him. I don't know, man. I don't like that guy that play. He's okay as Matt, but when he puts that Daredevil costume on, he just looks like he's chubby. Like you know what I mean? Like his face and stuff. He just looks fat, and I don't know. I didn't like Elektra at all.
I liked her. I thought they did a good job with her.
Really?
Did she make your wall with Gamora and Angela and Linda? And yeah, now you got Elektra up there now.
Elektra was horrible. My girl, it was crazy because my girl, I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, she is pretty weak. But my girl pointed it out. She said, "Hey, do you see this bitch?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "She's ducking punches before they throw and shit." So we took it back. I'm watching. I said, "Damn, she sure the fuck is, isn't she?" Moving out the way and doing shit before. I'm like,
Yeah, some of the fight choreography was a little weird. The first episode I thought was very clunky when, and I agreed with you saying uh, Punisher. Oh, was it you saying? Yeah, the Punisher's hand-to-hand skills are way too advanced. You know, he was like whooping on Daredevil, and it should be the other way around.
yeah.
It's like Punisher's good with guns, but he's not the best hand-to-hand expert.
I think though I'm not mad at it because he stole the fucking show. If it was not for the Punisher, I don't think I could have watched that entire season.
Hmm.
I like the Punisher that much.
What do you think of the rumors about Ghost Rider and Blade and Moon Knight possibly getting series?
Uh, I don't know. I think like someone like Moon Knight and Ghost Rider, that takes a lot of money.
Yeah, CGI.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Now Blade can do good on TV.
Yeah, I
As long
agree.
as they don't get sticky fingers.
You didn't like sticky fingers?
Man, listen, check this out. I bought the Blade collection and I never even seen the Sticky Fingers show. And the other night they were playing it, and I seen him. They sped up the fighting and everything. I said, "Oh God."
I did
You
the
got
same.
that? You got the 4-set DVD thing, huh? That's the only came with it.
Yeah, I got that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I looked and I was like, holy shit, that's Sticky Fingers. What the fuck? I
Right.
didn't even know that fool was Blade.
Sticky Fingers. That shit was crazy. But you know what? At certain points, he did look like Blade.
When you didn't see his crazy ass eye.
Well, he ruined it when he opens his mouth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's...
You know, that's crazy. They even had him playing Blade. I literally forgot about that shit too, because I never opened that portion of the DVD. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't fuck with that.
That's funny how he got that role because he hasn't even done that much shit. He was like on Next Friday and he was like on Dead Presidents for like a second.
Right. Yeah, all those guys. I don't know. But no, he's on a couple other movies too, but nothing that anybody gave a fuck about.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just said, fuck, he's bald. Like I was just saying on the other podcast, America seems to think the black guy that's bald head with a goatee is a tough guy. So they just said, fuck it.
Sticky Fingers is like 5'5".
And crazy as all hell.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Sticky Fingers.
You don't listen to Onyx? You don't listen to Onyx, Todd?
Yeah.
Todd, Onyx.
Come on, dude.
They don't play that at the country club. Yeah, you ain't missing nothing, Todd, man. It's just if you ever get a chance, man, just peep out the Blade TV series, and that guy playing Blade is a rapper called Sticky Fingers.
Oh, I didn't even know they did a Blade TV series.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to expose you to that.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I've never been a fan of the character. Really, it's he's a vampire, right?
Yeah, he's a. It's kind of stupid because he's a vampire. He has
Who
all of
hunts
this,
vampires.
none of their weaknesses, but he ages like a regular man.
Huh.
So I don't know what good he's going to be. 55 years old, 60 years old and shit. Like,
Man, you just quoted the beginning of the movie? Todd's like, who's Blade? And you just hit that first intro. All of their strengths, none of their weaknesses.
right.
Damn.
You know how many times I see Blade 2, man?
Dude, I just watched it again last week. That movie could be on any time, and I would watch it.
Right. I love Blade 2, man. The others are okay, but Blade 2 definitely.
Yeah, Blade 2 is like the epitome. You know, I didn't even realize till recently that Guillermo del Toro directed Blade 2.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Is that the one that Ryan? Which one's Ryan Reynolds in?
That's the third one.
That's the third one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a third one.
That one has like Triple H in it too, right?
Yeah. And you know it's crazy because I was disappointed because what's Justin Timberlake's chick name? Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. First and foremost, I used to just want to bang Jessica Biel till she was just nothing. But I mean, but even that movie, she had to start getting stocky, and she was like her action scenes, she was pulling them off. So I was like, okay, maybe she has a career action. No, ain't seen her nowhere. She probably laying up having babies for dude, little boy, girl body ass.
You wanted to hit it from behind while she called you Daywalker.
Yeah, I'm gonna have on another fucking coat with no shirt, some fucking sunglasses, sweating like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but Blade, I don't know, Ty. You should have. I don't know why you haven't watched Blade. They were alright.
Yeah, what's his Snipes'
Blade's the fucking truth, man. Blade is the truth. Don't let no one tell you otherwise.
I agree with him. He's the only. I only have 2 Hot Toys figures left: Blade and Snake Eyes. That's it. I never sell my Blade figure.
Yeah, I think I saw. I was over at Solid Snake's house. I think he's got the Hot Toys one too.
Yeah, that's it. That's the dude, man. Blade was alright, man.
You know, those talking shit on Sticky Fingers for being short, but Wesley Snipes is short as fuck too.
But Wesley Snipes is cool though, man.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes is cool as fuck, bro.
And he wasn't short as Blade, man. They got them boots on him. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
The lugs. His whole, when you look at Blade's whole makeup, it's all makeshift. I mean, that's pretty much what it would be anyway. But I'm looking at him like, he has these leather pants that they're not actually leather. You know what I'm saying? And he has these fucking lugs. But where the fuck did they find a pair of lugs? I haven't seen those damn things. But you know.
They spent the whole budget on the sunglasses. After the sunglasses, they're like, fuck it, whatever we got.
Right.
And that fly-ass haircut.
They would hire the same dude that cut his hair for fucking Simon Phoenix. He's like 90.
And for Nino Brown.
And you know what's crazy? When you look back on him, all his major movies, he had a weird haircut.
Hell yeah. I always wish I had thick hair so I could have hair like that. I was like, man, Nino Brown's hair and like fucking, fuck yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I loved it when it first came out. Is New Jack City?
Yeah,
New Jack City, man. Listen, I'm watching that movie, and I'm sitting there, okay, Nino Brown made, if I'm not mistaken, man, $1 million a week. That's how much money this man's making a week. They want you to believe that Nino Brown pretty much created crack cocaine. I mean, but then it was crazy because when he was buying the drugs from Ice-T, he was only buying 2 kilos. I'm like, really? That's all you need for $1 million a week? It was just crazy, man. I was sitting there looking at that movie like, it's pretty much a cartoon drug movie.
That shit's funny, bro.
The math didn't work, huh?
And the way they had it too, where they were all homies, and then they like kind of split off, and they had like all serious, where they're like separated, and they're meeting in this warehouse.
Right.
And he's got like this little suitcase with like 3 bags in it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He's got this whole project building where he like fucking produces everything, and he's fucking buying 3 bags in a shady little warehouse.
Right. It was just crazy. And you know, the one part that really tripped me out was when the guy who got stabbed in the hand was like, "Hey man, he's the police." Man, I wouldn't have said shit. This
Just shot
motherfucker
him.
just stabbed me through the hand. I'm not saying nothing. That's just crazy though, man. But it still is an entertaining movie, man. It holds up as with entertainment value.
Like, yeah.
So, having grown up in a pretty rough area, did you think The Wire was pretty accurate as far as that whole
You know what? It's different. That's out east. So the way they do things out there is different. Like they're selling drugs using like gel caps. You know, you have 40 fucking vials, this big dumbass bag, and here that's not how they do it. It's pretty much corner cut with drugs from a baggie or whatever. So you talk about 40 bags of crack would have been you could put in the palm of your hand. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the way they have it set up, where they have one guy to get the money, another guy to give you the drugs. They have the lines and shit like that. It doesn't work like that out here in the Midwest. It's pretty much somebody want to buy your dope, you sell it to them directly. You know what I mean? But I really think that some of the things that they were doing, most definitely, like it was very authentic as far as like the way people were acting and everything. And you know, I love The Wire. I always talk about The Wire, man. I could watch The Wire anytime, and I know it backwards and forward. But I don't know. That would have to be something you would have to ask maybe Boog, maybe New York and some of those other places out east. Maybe that's how they handled it or whatever. But well, I liked it, man. It was it was very entertaining as well.
I'm really looking forward to season 2 of Narcos.
I haven't watched that yet.
You haven't watched season 1?
Listen, that's how I peep this out, man.
Listen,
I'm not
here's
really
the
home
thing.
during the day. Right, during the day I'm not really home. Mondays, I have to watch reality shows with my girl. Love and hip hop and stuff with the Black Ink Crew and this shit. So that's pretty much it. Tuesdays, I've been catching Shield or whatever, watching that or whatever. Wednesdays, what's the other show she watched? Empire and something else. And I don't know, man. It's hard for me to catch up. I'm so behind on so much shit, man. I've been trying to use Papa Sergio's Plex to catch up with it all, man. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it unless I got something like 12 spare hours for TV.
Yeah, I think you would like Narcos, but I know that you don't have a whole lot of patience, and almost the entire show is subtitled. It's in Spanish.
Oh no, hell no.
But the show is fucking amazing. I mean, it's just so well acted. It's all about. I mean, the first season, I don't know if they're going to continue with the same characters, but it's all about. Oh Jesus, who's that dude who the Colombian
Escobar?
Escobar, yeah, Pablo Escobar. So they might have a different drug lord in season 2, or they might continue on with the Escobar story. But yeah, season 1 was all about Escobar. It was fantastic.
I don't know, man. I'm just not one for subtitles. I hate them, man. I hate having to read what I'm watching.
Yeah, it was one of the. Well, I really wish that I spoke Spanish so that I didn't have to read it, because it was so entertaining.
You guys seen I don't know the name of the movie, but it's a newer movie, and it's like this girl that joins like the DEA or somebody, I don't remember, and they like take her to Mexico, and it turns out they're like it's like a drug movie.
Yeah, it's with
you know,
Benicio del Toro.
yeah, he was one of the agent guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen
I
that
forget
movie?
the name. I forget the name of the movie, but it's really good.
Yeah, I just saw that recently.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything recently besides Civil War. I don't really I don't know. It would take something for like my girl. She would have to want to see it. Certain things. Some things I want to see and I forget about them, man. Recently I tried to watch this movie that I thought was going to be good about these fucking I don't know pilgrims or something fighting zombies. Like there's some chicks like they were back in I don't know the 1600s or 1700s and they were doing martial arts and fighting fucking zombies and shit. It was horrible.
Oh god, that sounds bad.
You guys
And
watch
I can't think what it's called, man, but that movie was bad.
But it sounds so
you guys ever watch
historically
Marco
accurate.
Polo?
Sure. I mean, I thought it was gonna be like Sucker Punch. I mean, because I didn't like Sucker Punch either, but the fighting scenes were decent, so I could watch those parts. So I thought, like, okay, you got these fucking noblemen, chicks, or whatever you want to call them. They're gonna be out here doing martial arts and fighting zombies. Fuck it, I'll watch it. Nope, don't do it.
Um, Getting back to figures, do you still see Longbeard?
You know something? I seen him. I forget how long ago it was, but one of the WalMarts is 24 hours here or whatever, and I went out there and they had just put out the Ninja Turtles movie displays, and he's just running, grabbing figures like some like that shit's really gonna sell out. Like you really gonna have a Ninja Turtle figure that's rare. Like the fuck are you doing? I've seen him, man. He doesn't say much to me. And sometimes if I've seen him and he's actually been like, hey, how you doing or whatever. But, I can't stand the bastard anyway though.
And yeah, it was hilarious when you would tell us stories about run-ins with that guy.
Yeah, I forgot about that till you mentioned him right now. That used to be hilarious, man.
Hey, I posted a picture on my page though. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god, that dude, man.
I don't think I saw it.
Or the
Yeah,
video, like one time you were chasing him, you were trying to get him on video, and he
Right.
saw you, and he was all fucking like trying to dodge the aisles, and you were like, "No, I got you, Longbeard, I got you." And he's all fucking figures.
And when I first started hardcore collecting, I don't think I understood what was really going on with figures because Toy Fair magazine just had shit fucked up. You look in the back of Toy Fair magazine, they say, "Hey, this Vision figure is $100." You're like, "Whoa, I just seen this figure." You come to find out you can't sell that damn thing for $100 to anybody. It was just really fucked up. But during the time that what wave was Crossbones in?
Aries.
Aries.
Wave. And see, I didn't want any of those figures. I wanted Crossbones. And me and my girl was in Walmart. And, I mean, that's the thing about it. He was really cool about it. He just said, "Fuck it, here." Gave me the Crossbones or whatever. I'm like, okay. Then he just turned into a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? But you got to watch out for like a lot of the females too, man, because a lot of these women are wives to a lot of these guys, and they try to play up on, especially during the time of the like the Optimus Prime when that Masterpiece Prime came out, man. You had women standing in line, acting like they were just walking in. Oh, this woman isn't on anything. She go right over and grab both of them, like, thanks for letting me go in front of you, sucker.
Dude, I've been seeing a lot of women lately hitting the Hot Wheels really hard too here.
Yes. They are the ones that you see. Do they have a little piece of paper with them?
Yep.
So
I haven't seen.
The paper.
I seen this old lady too. Like she's like, maybe in her 70s, and I recognize her now because I've been seeing her a lot at Target and Walmart, and she's always hitting Hot Wheels. And there was one day, something Star Wars was like just put out on the shelves, and so a bunch of people were going to the Star Wars section, and I was one of those people. And then this lady sees everybody kind of moving quickly, and she panics and she just takes off in front of them with her cart and goes straight to the Hot Wheels and just puts it all, like she just fucking swings her arm out and gets everything in the cart and then goes down to like the clothing section, and then I pass by her and she's picking through them because she was so worried that the Star Wars guys would hit the Hot Wheels section next and like grab whatever she was looking for.
But you know, the price of Hot Wheels, this is what's crazy. Don't get it twisted. I have scalped Hot Wheels. I will scalp Hot Wheels. No, I'm not going to hide it. Listen, you pay $1 for these cars, man. I have sold Hot Wheels to people for $40.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I remember what was crazy was when the Emma Frost, that X-Men wave came out, my comic shop had every figure for $20, and they had Emma Frost, and if I'm not mistaken, she was $50. And I didn't want to pay $50 for it. And I sold 2 Hot Wheels cars and bought her. So I essentially paid $2 for her. I mean, you know, when you really think about it or whatever, man, those things are like hell of expensive, man. And right now, the hottest thing is they have a 1966 Batmobile treasure hunt. So it's the first Batmobile ever inside of the line. It costs $1 with real rubber tires, and that thing is hard as fuck to find. And if I'm not mistaken, last time I checked, it was going for something like $60 or $70.
Damn.
And that's just $1 car, man.
Yeah, I didn't know people still fucked with Hot Wheels like that.
Man, people are crazy over Hot Wheels.
Man, Saturday morning, go to fucking Kmart, and they
Yes.
around here they have a line. They have like 5 employees, you know, setting out boxes just for fucking Hot Wheels collectors.
Those are that's where they have the Hot Wheels events at Kmart or whatever. And those Hot Wheel events, what it's supposed to be is this. Inside of the box, usually Hot Wheels ship 72 to a case. Treasure hunts, they have 2 types of treasure hunts. You have the super now, and you have a regular treasure hunt. Both are 1 to a case, except for the super isn't guaranteed to even be in a case at all. So those Hot Wheels events, they open a box, and there are 4 separate boxes, and they call your name, and you get to open the box. Yeah. So you know you get to pick through the box first, man. That shit, man. I've seen those things turning almost like riots.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like it's no joke, man.
They still got those Hot Wheels racetracks, dude, where you put up your Hot Wheels and you lift the thing and they go down a little slide.
Oh yeah, they got all that shit, but they don't buy that. I mean, pretty much.
No, I mean like I've seen that like at events. Well, they would have it and people would wait in line and they'd stand and they'd all put their cars there and they lift that shit and it goes down.
Oh man, let me tell you something, Mike. You go to a Hot Wheels event and buy a car and open one of those cars, you might get beat up, man.
I know those real rubber tires, man. That shit might haul some ass.
Yeah, that you get a treasure hunt, man. It's crazy because listen, if one of those guys had it in them to be a real thug, they would come outside like, "Hey man, what's going on with that? Yeah, what's going on with that treasure hunt, man? Like what you talking about? Just beat you down and take your treasure hunt type shit." They don't play about it though, man. Those treasure hunts, man, they're worth a lot of money.
That would be the one day, Punker Mike, you show up at Kmart and you pull out the Batmobile and everyone's just looking at you and you're like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" You open it up, start hitting the track.
Oh man, and that, you know what'd be crazy? I might look at him a little different myself, man, because I've been looking for 1 or 2 of them. Like, man, you open that damn thing.
Dude, I'm gonna start looking, dude, because like I said, I work right next to Toys R Us, so I'm there. Like, I was there today, and I got first pick of stuff. So there's Hot Wheels for days, but I'm just like, I don't know. I see random like Hot Wheels shit that I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, all you gotta do, man, you go when you go look at the Hot Wheels, pretty much look under the package, and either you're gonna see the rubber tires, they have treads, or on the back, not on the back of the car, but on the front of the car, but behind the car. It's gonna have a gold symbol. It's like a circle with a flame in it.
Okay, so it's actually got treads on the tires and everything. That's tight.
Yeah, and you'll know it too because it's like they have rims that are chrome. They look better than any rims that you ever seen, man. Like they really stick out. The paint jobs and everything.
Oh man, Mike's gonna bust it open. He's like, atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed.
I think the only one that will the only one that would fuck me up is this dude. The only dude that would fuck me up is this guy that me and my chick call Jaws. He's like this nasty, fat, sweaty guy, and he rolls up like Debo on a bike, dude, all creepy. He's got like this long hair, and he's got his bangs cut right at his eyebrows, dude. And he always smells like he shit himself. And that dude goes hard on the Hot Wheels, dude. Like he goes hard on the Hot Wheels. And like
That's his
nobody wants to
NECA
get around him
collector too.
because he smells like shit. But yeah, he's
Yeah.
fucking creepy, dude. So he would probably
That's the NECA
follow me
collectors
home.
here, man. They walk around with their bellies poked out and stains on their shirts and stuff. And you think that was just something like a cliche or whatever, man, but it's not, man. It's just that's crazy. And they smell. The one guy that does NECA, he just breathes so damn hard, man. And I mean, like seriously, he's just sitting there breathing. And you're like, oh,
Mouth
man.
breather, dude.
Like, you're gonna die. You're gonna go one day and get your meatball sub and go back down to your mom's basement. You sitting down there gorging on your Cheetos and meatball subs. She gonna have a heart attack.
I even it's going hot on the Hot Pockets.
Right, something pizza rolls or something.
Totino's pizza rolls.
Right.
Yeah, but you're gonna find the body all with a smile on his face with all his broken NECAs in his arms.
Right. Randy, help me. Help me, Randy. Up there rubbing a NECA figure, wishing to Randy.
Right.
And it's weird because I got that Michael Keaton Batman. I opened it and there was Totino pizza roll coupons in there. So.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, man. Speaking of that, man, my guy Sly went to the back and they had like 8 of those Michael Keaton Batman figures still in the back.
Yeah, I swooped up 2 of them today, and the chick told me there's this chick that sees me there all the time, and she knows my fiance a little bit, and she's like, oh yeah, there's a guy in here before that like bought 5 of them, but she's looking at me like I'm a scalper too. I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like, I actually like this shit.
Yeah, man. The scalping is. I mean, I can't help with the fucking cars, man. If I'm paying $1 and somebody wants to give me $35 for a damn car, I'm sorry.
I'll scalp Hot Wheels, dude. Fuck that.
Right, so I gotta do it. But I don't have time to be scalping figures, man. It's just.
Yeah, dude. That shit's. Sometimes it seems like it's more hassle than what it's worth. Like, man, you really gonna get that money in a hustle over $5? Come on.
Right. And what's crazy is when the Ghostbuster stuff came out, it's this guy that comes in. He has his mom bring him, and he's broke as shit. He's always talking about how broke he is, and they have 2 packs for cars for the Ghostbusters. One is the Ecto 1 from the new movie, and it's the Ecto 2, which is a motorcycle. And they had them in stock in Racine. This guy was like, hey man, and he's talking to me about figures and shit. And he's just trying to get me to take him to Racine. Like, he doesn't even know me, man. Like, seriously. He's trying to get me to take him to Racine, which is pretty much, I'm driving from Milwaukee to Racine, Wisconsin. Fuck that. I'm like, no. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Find a job. You ever talk about how broke you are, but you're in here trying to buy. I don't want to sell them. I want to buy them for myself. You need to be selling them, broke motherfucker.
Yeah. You drive quite a far away. I mean, you've driven to Chicago to hunt for figures.
Yeah.
That's
like 3 hours?
Yeah, I'll do it for me. I'm not gonna do it for some random motherfucker I don't know, man.
3 hours isn't even that bad.
No, I've driven. No, Chicago from here is not even 3 hours, man. Chicago from here, I could do it in probably about $1.30.
Damn, it's not even that bad.
Hour 30 minutes, I'm there. An hour, maybe hour 30 minutes. It's even quicker coming back because the traffic leaving Chicago is nothing. It's getting into fucking Chicago, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't drive it all the time, so I forgot about the tolls. I didn't have any money for tolls, so I just bypassed them. Oh my god, I got a stupid ticket in the middle for bypassing tolls, man. But it was worth the experience, man. Cause like I said, I don't go down there, and they have really nice Targets. I don't know what you guys' Targets look like, but their Target is pretty much like a mall.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I've seen back when John Connor was still on YouTube pretty actively. show, like walking around, and they were huge, or like 3
Right.
stories and shit.
Well, it's crazy because when you're coming in, you see this giant ass building that look like the Kingpin should be in it. It has a giant Target sign on the top of it. Like, damn.
Yeah, Seattle has a pretty big Target like that downtown.
Yeah, I've been to a Target like that once. It was like in I want to say it's somewhere near Long Beach, and it was like attached to a mall, but it was like the end cap of the mall was a Target, and so you would go through the mall and you get there, but the Target itself was like 3 stories. It had escalators, and you
Yeah.
could pick up your shopping cart in the mall and then like take it into the Target. It was nuts. It was like, but they had way more shit than like a regular Target. Like they had like lawnmowers and refrigerators and all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah, their Target down there was expensive. 'Cause when I got to the line to pay for my shit, their Marvel Legends I think were $25 or $26 a piece.
Damn.
Jeez.
Well, naturally what I did was when I came into the city, I said, "Fuck it." I stopped at my Target, returned them, and rebought them. Here they're only $19.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've been finding stuff so rarely at retail here in California. It's like ever since they had that huge fiasco at the ports, like shit just goes to the Midwest and the East Coast, and like we get the scraps.
Good.
Nothing comes to the ports here anymore. It all goes.
Come to the Midwest.
Yeah, so we have to fucking buy shit online. It's like me and Michael are constantly, telling each other, hey, this website has what we're looking for. Go fucking there, because we're never gonna find this shit at retail, especially with all the peg warmers out now.
Yeah, I have a site that I order from. I've never reviewed. I'm pretty sure somebody might have ordered from here, but I really think it's really low end. But I ordered my the first thing I ever ordered from them was the Mezco Batman, and I ordered that thing Sunday night and had it Monday morning.
Damn.
Like seriously, I didn't pay for any expedited shipping or anything. I said, damn, these guys are fast. Ordered my Dread for them as well. Got it in like a day and a half, 2 days almost, and they're cheap. It was literally like $15 cheaper than anywhere else. I said, I hope nobody ever finds out about my site.
Yeah.
And what's up? Where's my dread? What's up?
You know what?
My dread. Where's my $30 dread?
Hey, man. I thought that was gonna work out. Seriously, I really thought that was gonna work out, and that it didn't work out like I wanted it to.
Yeah,
I got a box of figures here. I don't remember what they are. I'll dig them out, man. I got a bunch of all type of shit up in here, man. But you're welcome to have some of the figures they sent me. They're pretty crappy. I know they are.
Damn.
There's so many people when I do a news video, or actually when I do a haul video, and say I got these online, and people are like, what site did you get them? Or when I do a news video and say, where can you pre-order this shit from? It's like, dude, I'm a collector too. It's like, I'm not gonna fucking tell you everything.
Right.
I'll tell you that shit's coming, but it's like, I gotta fucking eat too. It's like if I tell you all the fucking, it's like, then what good am I? It's like, you're not gonna watch my videos if you can just find the shit yourself.
Hey man, it was a big thing about with Dave and those the new Marvel 3-pack. Oh, those guys, and those guys were pretty pissed, man.
Yeah. Dave BX is public enemy #1 on the MLC.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even that serious, man. I was talking to one of the guys, and I told him, I said, it's not that serious. And he's like, well, people are going to know where he got it from, and it's like, look at how you guys are acting. So the first thing he does is tell you where he got them from, and so you just run over there and harass this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I just stopped posting over there. It's not worth the the amount of views I get, I already have, so many haters over there. So it's like, let them be.
You know, and the crazy thing about it is like with the 3-pack, for instance, it's not that great. It's not like it's like just home run material, or whatever, man. It's decent, but it's not all that.
None of it is.
Man, like, all
None of it.
you guys want to hurry up and get these figures, or the funniest thing is when someone comes along and they complain about articulation. It's like, dude, all your figures are in weak ass poses. What the fuck do you care about articulation?
They're all on the dusty shelf.
Right.
Yeah, there's one reviewer in particular who bitches about articulation, and they don't fucking do ACBA. So why are you complaining about it?
Yeah, I don't know what those guys' big problem is. Cause I sure as fuck. I see on Instagram it's the worst, man. It's like the worst. I see guys with the most horrible pictures. Todd, I'm talking about. I don't know. Have you ever seen the pictures I post of the one guy who has the fucking like Scarlet Witch figure with her hair just her arms extended out in front of her and shit, and it just looks bad. He has like 1,000. He gets like 12, 1,500 likes for that shit. I mean, you talking about a 3 3/4 inch figure with no posing at all, just floating in the air above other figures. Like, the fuck out of here, man.
So speaking of ACBA, how did you first get into the group and discovering all that jazz? Because I know you were doing photography before you joined ACBA.
Oh, go ahead. What you say?
I was just saying, tell us how you got into it.
Over on the Foosh, a lot of those guys. Well, what it really was that before I actually joined any group, they had this that MarvelLegends.net,
Mm-hmm.
and if I'm not mistaken, he had a link or something with pictures. You know, people would take pictures or whatever, and I would sit there and I would look at them constantly. And then they were doing it over on the Foosh, so I went ahead and I started, joining with those guys. First dial I ever made was a piece of fucking what do you call it, foam board with popsicle sticks, like a wall, and I just started. That was just started being my thing to buy props and other shit and keep trying to take pictures and shit. And I had joined the Cool Nerds group that was run by Zobi 70 or something like that. And Zobi was the one that put me onto the ACBA page. And I went ahead and joined, and pretty much that's just what I did. Because, it was ACBA was majority YouTube. And I didn't have a YouTube page, and I didn't do video. I just did pictures. And I had a bunch of fucking buildings I had made out of giant cardboard boxes, and I wrapped them with cut like you would run off the print or something from printable minis. And I would run off the print and cut it and glue it onto the to the shit or whatever. And that's what I had. I had a city actually in a spare part of our house, and it was crazy because I went to go take a picture one day. We had a mouse. It was literally running through my city. So it was fucking retarded. But that's pretty much what I did, man. That's how I got into the group. Not to mention, I didn't really know Bug that well, but around the time those fucking 2-packs with Deadpool and Warpath or whatever came out, he had got them first. And a lot of guys were hating on him because he had sold some of them, whatever. And I'm like, pretty much his group was doing okay or whatever. Because that's around the time I came. I can't say I was there from the beginning because that's not the truth. I came in around that time when those 2-packs came out. So, but I got in.
Cool Nerds, was that like a website or was it like a message board on the Foosh?
It was a Facebook group, and it was an actual group, a YouTube group. And Zobi, he was one of the first guys I ever watched who did a review of a figure without opening the figure up. It was crazy. He would review the like seriously. He was reviewing Transformers and everything, but he was entertaining. So I pretty much, I joined or whatever, and I mean, he was really cool. Now he really does video games mostly now.
You don't know the line, Todd? The famous line, "I make nerds cool, cool nerds like my man Zobi."
Oh yeah, I know. Obviously, that name from the intro and everything, but I knew that there was a group called the Cool Nerds, but I had no idea like what that was all about. It was way before my time.
Well, yeah, the biggest thing with me was I used to watch reviews just to see if the articulation on figures were, Yeah, this was back before Charlemagne was really popular. I think Sean Long was the man at that time because he had the Iron Man 2 War Machine before anybody had it. It was just like months before that fucking figure came out. And it was a big with Sean Long and Optobotomus, I think. Something that had to do with something inappropriate with a child on the channel or some shit. They were going back and forth about it. And I came right smack dab in the middle of that shit. That's back when people were reviewing figures. They were horrible, Ty, horrible. Standing there just twirling the figure around in a circle, talking about pointing at the legs, his articulation right here. It's like, dude, can you show me the articulation or what?
Yeah, I think, well, Sentry, I think, had already taken off. He was doing pretty good reviews, I think. I mean, he was really young. But
I didn't watch him. I don't think I've watched Sentry. I think yeah, he wasn't.
And then Solid started pretty much right after that.
Solid always knew. I knew Solid from the Marvelous News page, so I've always known who Solid was or whatever. And a couple of those other guys, they were over there. So Ogun, Ryu, that's why I knew those guys. But I didn't, like I said, like even with Bug, I wasn't aware of Bug. Red Hulk was over on the page, so I knew who he was, but I didn't know who Bug was either. And then I started watching Bug. I mean, my reviews are horrible, but Bug's was horrible too. Don't get it twisted. I tell you, like those first reviews he had, yeah, they were bad. But naturally he got better, and he was actually interested in what he was doing, so he helped out a lot. A lot of those guys were display artists and shit. So.
Yeah. Some of my early videos are pretty terrible.
Oh yeah, man, it happens, man.
We all have to start somewhere.
I had a guy who absolutely hated me. What, Mike? What's the guy's name that was always talking about me, man?
Which one?
It was the one, man. It was the one who he was talking about the fucking one of the Beast figures using certain mode and striding, if I'm mistaken.
Oh, on the video. That's old. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
That name rings a bell, but
he didn't like me for shit.
He was I don't even remember, because that dude kind of came out of nowhere, and then like one day it just popped up like, yeah, this dude's talking shit. And it's like, who? Like, who the fuck is that?
Right.
And so everybody went to go look him up, and he's just like some random like YouTube dude. And like he would say like, yeah, I'm a reviewer, but like he really was more like they would have him on a show and he would just kind of give his opinion. It's not like he would like review something. He'd be, it's like what we're doing right now. Like I could talk about a figure, but I'm not like reviewing it, But then like I would go out and tell people, yeah, I'm like a reviewer, blah blah. And so anyways, there's this weird video where he was just wrong. Like he was like, oh yeah, this figure is on some mold or something. And I think Pharaoh had commented like, oh no, it's actually on this mold. And so in the next video, the guy's like, yeah, well, fucking this guy, blah 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 blah. And yeah, he was like nuts, man.
Yeah, Pharaoh, we had Al Figures on, and I brought it up to him and asked you the same thing. you probably don't get as many troll comments on YouTube as I do, but it's really funny that you not only on YouTube but Facebook, you'll get people who leave these troll comments, and you go and you look at their profile or their YouTube channel or something, and they'll have 0 subscribers and 0 videos, and it's like, you have the fucking balls to tell me how to do shit, and you don't fucking do anything productive with, you know what I
You know
mean?
what's crazy, Todd? A lot of those guys that do that, you know them personally, probably. That's. I've always had that suspicion. And you know what really got me was over on the Marvelous page. There was this guy who called himself Johnny Rebel, and my tag on Marvelous News was Puda. I got booted as Pharaoh Black. I got into an argument. They booted me. And I came back and I put Puda on there. And what gave it away was nobody called me that though. Nobody called me that at all. And he commented on my video. He said, "Puda is a shit-skinned nigger." That was his comment. So I brought it right to him. Like, yeah, I know who you are. Like, you don't nobody else called me that or whatever else. And he went back and forth on some bullshit, and it was just crazy. But ever since that happened, I'm like, yeah, usually people who have 0 fucking followers, 0 videos, 0 whatever, there's somebody you know that wanted to say that to you. I mean, it's at least hey man,
right.
at least they look at your video, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck it. Thanks for the look.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. It's been me the whole time, Todd. I just comment every video. When's that X-Men wave dropping?
I know I got 5 boast accounts. So I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I just want to know, dude. Just freaking tell me.
Yeah, man. I don't know,
That's
man.
why when you're like, where'd that one dislike come from? I just put up the video. I'm already sitting there like, fuck yeah, got him.
I got you good, you fucker.
Hey, these guys, man, these cats are weird, man. I mean, seriously, Todd. I mean, until I actually got to collecting hardcore, I didn't know how weird some collectors are, man. Like, seriously, they won't talk to you. You can be in the aisle, like, you know, having a conversation with some other collectors, and they just come through with the swift walk at the stern face, and they won't say shit. They come, and then they just comb the aisle quickly, up and down, up and down, up and down, like they're a robot, and then they just leave straight up the aisle. Like, oh my god! Or they think it's a figure that you want, like when that Ant-Man wave came out with the Wasp. Oh, I had guys just like shoot, 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 and just grab it, and look at me like, yeah, I got it, motherfucker. I'm like, oh man, I didn't want it. Like, okay.
They're whispering at you what you gonna do about it, Puda.
Goddamn thing, man. I'm gonna let you and your Wasp skip off into blissful whatever. Like, shit, it's not even that serious, man.
Go right off in the sunset together.
Right. It's crazy.
What's so funny is, you know, like that Black Panther, people, some idiot paid like $500 for that figure loose on eBay, and you know, and then, you know, it spiked up. People were paying like $70 for it, you know, in the package, and it's going to be 2 per case. I mean, they're going to be everywhere. I mean, these figures always fucking come down. Like Novo, everybody was going crazy for, you know, 2 years ago, and shit, you can get it on Amazon for like 16 shipped. It's like, fucking relax, people.
Hell yeah. Because I remember this one dumbass, he bought this Dakin figure and shit.
Exactly. Don't be a fucking dumbass. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, you right though, man. I seen it with the
That was when I first started collecting. I didn't know shit. So that, you know, if you're an idiot, you know.
That Movie Masters Joker, man. I remember when they released those figures. I went up into the store, whatever. They had Jokers, and they all had different Joker masks. So I bought 4 Jokers, all with different masks in the package. And then I just started seeing them go on eBay, $100, $130. I'm like, well, shit. Okay, you know, I had a guy pay me. I sold two of them for about $130 each. If I'm not mistaken, even later I sold one for maybe about $80, and then it just became just normal. I mean, I wonder, like, how do you feel about that once you're done? How do you feel once you paid $100 some for something that you can find at $20 now?
Shit,
Stupid.
they were marked down to like $8 for a long time.
Right.
Peg one for $8.
Yeah. See, that's just, I don't know. You
Now,
can't tell these collectors shit.
now there are exceptions to the rules. I mean, the when stuff is an exclusive, you know, then you're gonna see value. It's shit's gonna be hard to get. I mean, we didn't know that the production run for the X-Men wave with Storm was going to be so small. You know, if they had a huge production run on that, it wouldn't be worth, that Storm wouldn't be worth nearly as much. But and if Toys R Us hadn't fucked up and listed them for so cheap, and a lot of us jumped on them and scooped them up, and they were so cheap, people were making customs. That, I mean, like Chris Serta, he probably used 4 or 5 of them to make customs out of.
Yeah, that's crazy. But even when that night when they went up and all of us were ordering them, I knew it was going to be something. Listen, you had people putting like 5 and 10 of them in one order. I mean, come on, you talking about a figure that's 1 per case. You know how many fucking cases Toys R Us would have needed to fulfill all those orders? And I got mine for free. Like, so they never charged me. They sent me. I had 2 different orders come in. I had the order of the 2 Storms and the 2 Magnetos, and then I had the one with the 2 Storms, 2 Magnetos, and one of everybody else. They came in for free.
Yeah, it's probably why they will never do a full wave that's Target or Toys R Us exclusive anymore. They're just going to continue doing 3-packs.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was really crazy, man.
Yeah, they fucked up. I mean, they just plain fucked up.
Yeah.
I got 3 Storms and 2 Magnetos. One of the Magnetos went to Day Johnson in the UK, and I gave him a good deal on that because he hooked me up with that Deadpool, that red Deadpool that.
Yeah, they came through for me with that because my son wanted a Deadpool, and he didn't understand how it goes either. I told him, I'm like, listen, man, it's not like you can just go buy this figure for $20. You know what I mean? It's just not like that. And Dave actually, I said Dave. Dave got me 3 of the red Deadpools and 2 of the Future Foundation Doom. So,
Man, that Doom, he was going for like $40, but now, fuck, people are paying like $150 for that fucking Doom.
Why?
I don't know. It's not not that good of a figure.
It's not like they're gonna come out with other Future Foundation figures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll be lucky to get any Fantastic Four figures in the next couple years.
Future Foundation. Yeah. I don't know. People are weird.
Even that Spider-Man's not a great figure.
No, it's not. Not at all.
What are some of the best, as Punker Mike would say, come up, the best finds that you stumbled upon here?
Shit, I just got a fucking Black Panther figure. I gotta find my receipt. I don't want to lie, man, but I just paid. Put it like this: I paid under $5 for it.
Oh my god!
They had that. And they had the all silver Wolverine at Toys R Us or whatever. They're for cheap, man. Really cheap.
I never understood why people wanted that.
That Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That if I can't use it, I don't want it. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
But I found some good deals, man. But I buy so fast, I really don't get a chance to buy anything that means anything to me, you know, when it's cheap or whatever. So
Yeah.
like when the whole DC collectible thing at TJ Maxx and at Ross or whatever else, I didn't really get to get anything I cared about because I already had that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Wisman have been hitting up Ross pretty regularly, and we haven't found any of those fucking $5 or $10 Anakins.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it here either. I don't know. You know what's crazy? I don't know why that figure went up so much because they were all over here.
Yes,
I ended up selling a custom Anakin to Chaponka-san or whatever. I ended up selling. I mean, giving Solid a fucking Anakin as well. So I
Yeah,
don't really.
I got mine on Amazon for like 16 shipped, and I sold it for 80 shipped.
Yeah, that was worth it.
Yeah. So, Punker Mike, what were you saying? No, he dipped out. Yeah, it's just weird. Like you never know. Like nobody wanted that figure when it first got released,
Right.
and then all of a sudden everybody wants it. I'm like like that first wave of Star Wars Black Series. Like nobody wanted R2D2 and that pilot X-wing pilot Luke, and now you can probably get $50 each for those.
Man, what's crazy about it is the Shadow Squadron pack is going for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I totally should have bought more because I bought. Let's see. I bought a couple of them and I like flipped one right away, and they were on discount at Target.
Yep.
And I bought like one set and I flipped it right away, and the other set I just kept the figures and I sold the bike. And then just recently I traded one of the figures for a hard to find Street Fighter figure, I think.
You know what? I'm glad you brought those up. Even with those figures, I wanted to grab a couple of them because I sold my Street Fighter collection. And I wanted to grab a couple, but I'm not paying $100 for one of those Street Fighter figures. They're not worth it.
Yeah, it's been painful trying to track down stuff or trade people for stuff because the mark. I mean, people want some crazy money for those.
Yeah, I don't know. People know they're popular and they just want to put a high price tag on a lot of stuff, but a lot of that shit is just sick. I think my buddy Mike, he's had some good luck with wrestling figures. He sold a fucking Batista figure, if I'm not mistaken, for like $400 or some dollars.
Wow, for a Mattel wrestler?
Yeah, it was a Elite figure. It came in like a black box, a big square black box, and it had Batista had sunglasses and a microphone or some shit. But yeah, so I think like $400 and some dollars, $400 or $500.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Where these boys ran off to.
Yeah. Michael's in there getting beat by his wife.
I said he's a bathroom Jeb and sipping on this big ass drink, bro. Got to me.
What were you saying about? We were talking about Anakin, and you were.
About Anakin, like how he's expensive now or what?
I don't know. We were talking about Black Series, and you had something to say.
I did.
No, I guess not.
No, yeah, there's a bunch of the Black Series like I think I heard you guys saying that R2D2 was a peg warmer and he's expensive now.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of those ones were.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, yeah.
Maul every fucking where.
That's all I could see. I'd go in there and just be Darth Maul. I'll get him when he's $10. And I don't know, like overnight he was like expensive and like nowhere to be found.
I helped Solid get one, and kind of wish I had picked up one for myself.
Slave Leia.
Oh my god.
I said, are you serious? They could get rid of that fucking figure.
Are you saying it's valuable now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I
What?
waited.
It might not be.
That's
I was saying, it
crazy.
might not be like super expensive, but it's up there, man. It moved definitely.
Yeah, I waited till the last minute where that shit was like had like a stack of Target stickers like clearance. That shit was like $4.89 or something like that, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to buy this shit now.
I will buy you.
See, that's one thing about my Target. It's like they hardly ever mark anything down. Like this shit peg worms for years.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's not like it used to be, because it used to be new shit would come in, they'd throw that shit at the end cap, it'd be like half off. Because that's how I got so many of those wrestling figures and all those Jax props, is because yeah, the new shit would come in, they'd throw that shit at the end cap, and that shit would be like half off, and my mom would just scoop that shit up, and then when my birthday comes, she'd have all this shit that she accumulated throughout the year. So I'd be like, fuck yeah. But they don't do that shit no more.
Nice. Yeah, I'm late to the collecting game, so it's been a lot of catch up, and then now, I'll end up spending so much money on stuff like that Ares Crossbones, and it's once the new Crossbones comes out, he's not going to be worth shit.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Hopefully they make one from figure arts for the movie. I like the movie Crossbone.
Eh, they did him dirty. I mean, there's
He'll be
so many throwaway characters that they've been doing.
I think he'll be back.
Who the fuck
I
is
don't
Wisman?
work like that no more.
So going back to some NECA figures, how they make kind of just obscure and kind of cult classics. And you were saying that Randy doesn't really make any black characters. What would you want to see from like what movies or franchises?
I definitely want to see Danny Glover from Predator.
Oh,
I would like for them. Are you talking about existing franchises or?
Or they tackled something new. Like for me, I'd like to see something random, like Pam Grier. That shit would be fucking tight.
Hmm,
I
yeah,
love all those old fucking '70s Pam Grier films.
you
That shit would be
you
tight.
you would think that. I mean, even like Pulp Fiction, like
Jackie Brown.
Yeah,
Samuel Jackson. I mean, you would think that they would just come along and make everything for Samuel Jackson except for those little dolls.
yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I mean, I have to really think about it. But what I am going to say is that I want them to go back into the horror line
Yeah.
and maybe make more of those into ultimate figures.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I don't know, because I'm sitting around looking at my Sam from Trick or Treat. I'm like, yeah, they need to upgrade this figure. Lost Boys too. I would have loved to see them create all of the Lost
Oh
Boys.
yeah, that's something that I know a lot of people would jump on that shit because that secondary market on those figures, fuck man, those shits are expensive.
Man, my daughter just turned 11 and she loves Lost Boys.
That movie's awesome. We went to the comic book shop because it's in Santa Cruz. We went to that
Right.
comic book shop. Well, the original one I think was on the boardwalk, and there was
Yeah, it
like
was
an
on the
earthquake.
board.
There's like an earthquake or a storm or something that fucked it up, so they moved the location, and we went to that one, and they had like the actual like comic book that the Frog Brothers had. They had some props and shit. It was pretty tight. They had they had that David figure up there. I was trying to get it, but she's like, "No, we got that through the production, and it was like signed or some shit." It's like, I don't give a fuck. Give me
Man,
that shit.
that's pretty nice though, man. I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. Because I was looking, there's this one website where you could find every like film location spot. So I was checking it out, like some of the spot where like the cave was. They were in. I think that's like in
Okay.
Oregon or some shit. But a lot of the stuff was in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, they when I watched that movie, man, I see a lot of nostalgia shit for myself. The granddad had on top of the refrigerator or something. He had some um a product called peanut butter boppers. I remember those when I was a kid, man. I used to gorge on those fucking things, man.
I'd like to see them do RoboCop 2.
Yeah, that would be nice to actually get the actual RoboCop 2.
RoboCane and fucking Clarence Boddicker and all those, or even the fucking the thugs from RoboCop, the first RoboCop, the goons.
You had Clarence Boddicker and his gang. I don't understand why they didn't make Clarence Boddicker.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want that much money.
Yeah, it's all your buddy Randy.
And I'm not talking to dude, man. Shit, I don't understand. I don't even understand why they haven't done fucking Lewis. Like how you have RoboCop and not have his partner, or
Yeah.
even make. I mean, I understood that. What's the guy's name that played RoboCop?
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller. He doesn't want his likeness used, so I can see why they don't actually have a fucking Alex Murphy. But
Yeah. Mike fell off. Hopefully he'll be back.
it's 10:35 over here, man. I'm gonna have to go and bow out.
Yeah,
It was nice talking to you fellas, man, and I appreciate you letting me come on your podcast and disrupt shit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we'll have to butt heads again for the tournament when it's time to judge again.
Hey, listen. No. Listen, before we go, maybe if I'm in a better space, I'm gonna go ahead and take part in the tournament this year.
Nice.
Whoa! Can we get this on record? Todd, are you recording?
Hold on. Like I said, if I'm in a better space, I'm gonna go ahead and go hard on the tournament or whatever, man. Right now we're doing the photo combat, and I mean it's an excellent contest or whatever, but it's a little long. Like,
I'm glad you agree with me that it needs to wrap up.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean I've talked to him or whatever, man, and I said, we need to find a way to go ahead and end this, but you got the resurrection rounds and all type of other shit. I'm like, dude, and I don't know. And I like to do shit on my own time, so I hate looking at a deadline for certain shit. And the tournaments, I mean, they're cool to judge, man, but the hardest part is right in the beginning, where you get every contestant.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, man, I gotta judge 70-some fucking people, or whatever it is, man. You like, man, I don't know. But,
Yeah,
man,
especially for the world tournament, and you have 100 fucking videos to watch at like 3. For me, it's about 5 times each. 2 minutes. Ooh, it's fucking time consuming.
Yes, it is. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna talk to you guys later, man. Y'all have a good day or night or whatever it is over there.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Not a problem.
Later.
Peace and love.